السلام عليكم خوتي، السلام لكم، تحياتي لكم في كل مكان. اليوم راح نديكم السبيكرز كورنر هنا في لندن. تابعوني. اقرب محطه للسبيكرز كورنر هي ماربلارش. ركن الخطباء هنا موجود، هذا هو ركن الرخام. تابعوني. احترموا الرجل الاخضر عنده مهمه صعيبه. طبعا انا يحترموا الرجل الاخضر. شوف الاخ المصري راح يدي الدعوه. بارك، كيف اخبارك؟ السلام عليكم. وين رانا اليوم؟ اين نحن اليوم؟
نحن اليوم في دار المجانين.
ايش هي؟
سبيكر كورنر.
سوق عكاظ.
سوق عكاظ وابو لهب واللات والعزى ومنات الثالثه الاخرى. السلام عليكم.
رانا في سوق عكاظ.
كلمه موجهه لاهل الجزائر. يا أهل الجزائر، يا رجال المغرب، سواء عرب أو بربر أو مزيغ أو شلوح أو طوارق، أنتوا حاربتوا الفرنسيس 132 عام والآن تتكلموا فرنساوي، سيمانا وداكور وكسكسي وكذا.
انسوا. لا، في اللغة العربية.
انسوا لغة الفرنسيس. اصحوا. زمان انتوا كنتوا تاخدوا جزية من أمريكان ما كانت تدخل البحر الأبيض المتوسط إلا ما يعدوا عليك ويدفعوا لكم.
مع الأسف.
سبحان الله. أمس كنت أسمع واحد اسمه العربي زيتوت، كنت أحترمه، بس أمس لا أحترمه وعرفت إنه ديوث.
ليش؟
هاجم. يعني أنت راجل عايش في إنجلترا وتقول ديمقراطية وخرا. الجزائريين شعب مسلم اختار الإسلام، 89% اختاروا الإسلام، انقلبوا عليهم 2% والفرنسيس والأمريكان والإماراتيين. من تلوم؟ تلوم الإسلام ولا تلوم من يدفع لك؟ يا شعب الجزائر، قال أهل العلم: الدنيا ساعة فاجعلها طاعة. يا شعب الجزائر، اليوم جئتمونا فرادى، حتقابلوا ربكم فرادى عرايا.
والرسالة موجهة للشعوب العربية الأخرى.
أنا ما أكلم كل الشعوب،
والله.
أنا أكلم شعوب رجال، أكلم فلسطين، أكلم الجزائر، أكلم الأكراد، أكلم الناس عندها نخوة، الأفغان، الويغر. بس أروح أكلم فيفي عبده ومليكة؟ أروح أكلم ملك البندورة المطقوع؟ استودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ولا تضل ودائعه.
شكرا يا عمر.
ليش انا فشت؟
خلينا نشوف سوق عكاظ. شكرا. سلام. سوق عكاظ هنا. وش راك تشوف خويا زكي؟ وش راك تشوف هنا؟
كما قلنا نظام المجانين.
قلت لك بلد القوانين والمجانين. تبعني يا خويا زكي، تبعني اليوم سوق عكاظ. خاوتي هذا ركن الخطباء هنا، اسمه سبيكرز كورنر، عمره ازيد من 200 سنه. الناس تجي هنا وتتحاور وتمد رأها ونقاشات، سواء سياسيه، دينيه، اقتصاديه، الى اخره. صورتكم المكان هذا من قبل، لكن في الاعاده افاده. في بريطانيا خوتي، في لندن، شوف الفصول 4 خلال ساعة. شوف تمطر الآن. وش رأيك يا أخويا زكي؟ سبحان الله، غير الأحوال. شوف الناس كيف راهي. شوف هنا يا بعد ما كان الطقس مشمس. شوفوا خوتي،
في أقل من 15-10 دقيقة.
هذا هو حال الطقس في بريطانيا. ولله في خلق شلون خوتي، واحد يجري، واحد يلعب، واحد كذا، واحد. سبحان الله، مغير الأحوال. هاي تشمس الآن بعد أقل من 10 دقائق. ما كانت تمطر، الآن طقس جميل خوتي. سبحان الله.
So understand that we are not about today to follow you. See, don't ever make the mistake of thinking that you're going to come over here talking your nonsense. Oh, when are you going to be a real Muslim? Let me tell you something. When you're looking at a black man, you are looking at a Muslim. We are, yes. For 3 days, the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, I slept very well. We don't spend a lot of time coming and arguing with you on the streets because it's a waste of time.
خوتي سلامي لكم، تحياتي لكم. الناس اللي ما تعرفش النيشن والإسلام، هذه مجموعة عايشين في أمريكا هكذا. كان شباز مالكوم إكس منهم، وبعد كي راح دار الحج تاب ورجع الله وقتلوه جماعة ذاك الوقت. فهذو يعني جماعة النيشن اللي في الإسلام بالمناسبة يعني دينا بيناتهم شوية عنصرية. الإسلام رحمة للعالمين، عكس هذو دايرين النيشن الإسلام كأنهم يمثلوا الإسلام لكن لا علاقة بالإسلام. خوتي سلام. Why Malcolm X was killed?
Sorry?
Who killed Malcolm X?
Malcolm X was killed by the American government, by the FBI and by the New York Police Department, and it's been proved. And the men that was convicted of his murder, those men have now been completely exonerated. It's been proved that the Nation of Islam had nothing to do with the murder of Malcolm X. This is proven fact today. So all of you who like to repeat the slander and the lie, you need to cut that lie out of your mouth, because now you pray. Shut up, you damn fool. That's not fool. Go and talk to a 3-year-old if you can ask that. Okay.
How do you know? They say we use logic, we infer. I said, okay, so the discussion at the beginning of evidence. You can't show me evidence. You can't put Big Bang under a microscope. You can't put evolution under a microscope. And I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, when I then probe further and I say, as an atheist, an esteemed atheist, what do you believe my purpose of life is? They say, to have fun.
You are actually here. And people, there was right-wing Zionists and there were left-wing Zionists. No, I'm not talking about frameworks, I'm talking about history. But you're saying these people are bad. I'm not done, I'm going to finish it. We can say that historically there was good people on both sides of the debate, but we're not going to talk over me because you're afraid of
making the question.
I'm trying to answer your question. I'm trying to answer your question.
What was the question I asked?
I'm just patiently waiting for you. Yes. This comes back to the 9-month-old who got kidnapped. That's what I'm answering about. The side of the debate that said we're going to create a Jewish safe space was the wrong side. The side, because
he's talking to someone.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Back here.
We have to go back to the other side of the debate, the one that has been erased from history, the side of the Jewish Bund. And what that debate says is that a Jew should be safe at Speaker's Corner. They should be safe in Brooklyn. They should be safe in historic Palestine. They should be safe in Iran, which traditionally had a very large Jewish population. They should be safe everywhere in the world. Also, every Palestinian should be safe in Gaza and the West Bank, at Speaker's Corner, in New York, in Iran, and everywhere else.
He
and
has mentioned Muslim and secular countries. Which persecute
I'm a New
Jews.
Yorker. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry.
They both persecute Christianity. No Christian theocracy will persecute.
What we're doing is, what we have is a right-wing Zionist state. That's what we have right now, that says these people matter and these people don't matter, which should be very familiar in England, because if you go back to Winston Churchill, he would say these British people mattered and these Indian people didn't matter. If you go back to the United States, you would say this white American matters, this Iraqi doesn't matter. That is a colonial mentality. I say we reject it. You can be Jewish and reject that. You can be Muslim and reject it. You can be Christian and reject it. And as we reject it, time out. as we reject it, what we are trying to do is
I'm not a Zionist. I was originally talking about
what as we reject the value system, that says some people matter and other people don't.
Yes.
We come into a world where people no longer say, wait, I'm answering your question, just wait to the end. We exit a world where people say, if you say that one person matters and our Palestinian lives don't matter, what you're going to do is you're going to end a world where they say, okay, if you say that we don't matter, but you matter, we will no longer say that we have to kidnap an Israeli child because you have 9,000 Palestinian prisoners that you're torturing in Israeli jail. That is the logic of colonialism, and we reject that.
I want to respond to the question.
Show of hands. Who agrees?
I want to respond to this
Who
question.
agrees?
Who agrees that Hamas quoting in their charter that they should fast track the coming of days?
Buy a ladder, come out here and yell and a whistle and yell them down.
Judah, Islam, not the Prophet Muhammad. Islam submitting to Allah alone. So,
No God but God.
yeah, there's no God worthy of worship in truth except Allah.
There is no God.
No, but this is.
Is there another God but God?
There's other gods besides Allah, but we call them false gods. That's what Allah says in the Quran. So that's why the correct translation for La ilaha illallah, because I see people mistranslate it. They say there is no God but God. This is incorrect translation. The correct translation.
Really?
Because why? I'll tell you why. When you translate a language, you are translating the meaning. Correct? Okay, so if you translate the meaning, Allah in the Quran explained the meaning of La ilaha illallah, which Allah says in the Quran, ذلك بأن الله هو الحق وأن ما يدعون من
But you're going
باطل.
into meaning.
That's so-
But in the articulation of the words, it's pretty direct, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, when you translate the meaning.
Yeah, but you're adding meaning.
Because if you translate it,
depth and less.
no, because you're mistranslating it. It's an amana. Yeah, because why? When someone says
It's not God, but it's easy to understand. La ilaha illallah.
لا إله من لا معبود بحق إلا الله.
It means that the universe of meaning, there's a universe.
No, that's what it means.
There's endless meaning.
لا إله إلا
Depth
الله.
of meaning. I agree
No,
with
no,
you.
no, there's a-
We're not going to finish with the meaning.
No, there's only one meaning which Prophet Muhammad came with. The meaning, Allah explained it. So, for example, if I say something to you, you cannot say Shamsi meant this way if I'm explaining what I meant. So if Allah Himself explained what is the meaning of La ilaha illallah, we stick with the meaning that Allah explained it to us. That's the beauty of Islam. We keep it real and pure and authentic. We don't add and we don't remove. Alhamdulillah.
It's not.
Believe this bullshit, bro. It's the bullshit.
I know.
Bullshit is the human history.
Thank you. Yeah. Can you tell me about this continent, please?
Okay.
Yes, I'm here again.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what I'm talking about here is that during the Olympic opening ceremony
In Paris.
in Paris,
Yes.
which was like over a month ago now, there was a strange
Yes.
There was a strange event that happened during the opening ceremony that I'm trying to warn people of. There was a 3-minute sequence that I believe was them declaring that they're going to switch off the internet in America and Australia. I know that this sounds a bit ludicrous, but if you actually watch the video for yourself, then I think it's a lot easier to understand.
Barack, where can I watch? What link can I watch a video?
If you go to YouTube,
Yes.
and you go to the official Olympics, you look for Olympic opening ceremony 2024
Yes.
full.
Yes.
Yeah? You'll find the official Olympic channel.
Yes.
And there's a 4-hour long video.
Yes.
Now the bit that I'm talking about
Lips. You mean lips?
is only
Yeah.
like 1 minute or 3 minutes
Okay.
long. So at 3 hours and 33 minutes
It happened.
is when this begins.
Okay.
So basically, I'll describe what happened. Yeah? So this guy Rafael Nadal, he's a tennis player. He's given the talk. He walks off of the stage, and then they begin this big light show. There is the rings on the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
And there's this music begins to play. The music is like, for me, everyone I talk to, you hear the music, it's this beeping, technological, digital type music and sounds. And there are lights moving around, pinging around, that appears to be representative of the internet or networks, packets zooming around. After a little while of this network, showing that it's the network, there are lights come down and they hit the rings.
American.
There's a tone from the piano goes boom, and there's like little light explosion effects. The 5 rings, and at first nothing happens to all 5 rings. They stay on the first time, and I believe it's a cyber attack. It represents a cyber attack. It happens again, coming from the bottom. Nothing happens. It goes boom, another cyber attack. On the 3rd time, when it hits the Olympic rings, the rightmost
Australian one,
and they stay off for a while, and the music turns a bit more ominous, and then there are lights that come, and it hits again. Australia switches back on. This is Oceania, so this is Australia, New Zealand, and big parts of the Pacific.
What's your name again, sir? Alex.
Yes.
You're IT man.
Yes. So
what do you do?
Well, I've worked in lots of things. So IT refurbishment. I've worked like repairs and stuff. At the moment, I work in electronics, so electrical.
Technical.
Well, yeah, technical. So I build audio equipment and stuff.
All best, my friend.
So yes, thank you, sir. But it's,
what's this? Is a link to you?
No. So I have here a local hotspot.
Can I see it? You're carrying
it?
Connect.
It's
already there. Can I see it? Can I, please?
No, it's all right if I just don't, because.
Why?
Because it's like a.
Complicated.
No, it's not that. It's that it's a Wi-Fi server. It's a local Wi-Fi server.
It's yours, so you
It's mine. I own it. Yes. I use a battery bank, and I use something called a Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
If anyone's interested in what a Raspberry Pi is, you can look it up. And it's
How you spell it?
Raspberry, like the fruit,
raspberry. Yes, raspberry.
P-I.
Yes.
It's a mini computer that uses an SD card.
Okay.
As its hard drive.
Did you build it yourself, or you bought it like this?
No, I bought it. So I bought it, and then.
Is it available to buy it?
It's available to buy, but it's normally used as a computer.
How much it costs?
£35.
That's all?
Yes.
It will work?
You can get one. Or
Okay.
the older ones, the newer ones, they're a little bit more expensive. You need to install a package that's called Rachel by a company called Well Possible.
Okay.
And they set up a localized web server that people can connect to through the Wi-Fi. So because I've worked on this with charities before, to host the video and this document just so that people can download it on their phones and see it for themselves. So yeah, but I haven't put anything online because I've got a feeling that the second that this information touches the network, they're suppressing it. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, all best, my friend. Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Cheers.
في هذا المكان خوتي لازم تكون صبور، لازم تسمع أكثر من اللي تهضر، ما تستفاد وتتعلم.
Jews, I'm Jewish. I know we should be a Jew. Jews, every other Jew that's Jew. It's like if you're Catholic, you practice Jews. I'm not a Jew.
Always there on YouTube.
No religion.
Trying to make lies.
No religion.
No, he gets
none of these false religions.
He doesn't want a dialect, you know. He wants to just preach. No, let's read it.
الأعزاء تكونوا إن شاء الله تمتعتوا مع هذه الجولة الخفيفة في سوق عكاظ. سميته سوق عكاظ لأنه فعلا عبارة عن سوق
في القوانين والمجانين وكل النقاشات السياسية الدينية الثقافية إلى العلمية إلى آخره. فرصة أخرى إن شاء الله. يومكم مبارك. سلام حبايبي.
If you want to enter heaven, I don't know. When you die.